Thank you for introduce. And thank you for the conference. It's very beautiful city. I'm very happy to be here. Uh, my name is Hui-Ping Tserng from the National Taiwan University. And the other two author is our student. In Taiwan, we have 20,000 bridges around the whole island. Also, it's a very beautiful island. And we have a lot of earthquake. In this year, April 3rd, we just have 1.6 degree, 6 degree the earthquake. But it's good, not much damage. However, we still have one bridge in the east coast is destroyed. Those traffic is stopped around 2 weeks. So in our topic, because we have a lot of bridges, we need to maintenance and also do a lot of inspection around the whole island. So we have typhoon, heavy rain, and also for the concrete bridge have a corrosion, overloading, and temperature change, also the aging problem. So currently we using the human to do those inspection. So we do a lot of work on this, and also spend a lot of budget to do those maintenance. We also need a lot of special equipment to check the underground concrete problem, and also the underwater, and also those foundation as well. Okay, and I have research is about 10 years ago, and right now it's still ongoing. The basic idea is very easy. When you build a new bridge, we have a natural frequency, and those natural frequency can be using the structure analyzed by the SEP 2000 to calculate the natural frequency. But around the time, if those concrete have a defect, and also the foundation because of scoring. In Taiwan, we have a lot of scoring problem because the river, those force is the water force is very heavy. So we'll take out those foundation. So our basic idea, if we measure the natural frequency is changing, that the bridge have some problem inside there. So this is the basic idea. So right now we install a lot of accelerometer in the bridge, and then measure the natural frequency is changing. Okay, this is the basic idea. This is 10 years ago. So we did it in the bridge, and those bridge is very heavy, very heavy. And this is myself. We installed those sensors along the bridge. And our problem is how to collect those data in real time. That's very difficult. And original, we use a wire, but the wire sometimes would destroy. And then we use a wireless. But the wireless, as we know, Taiwan have 30% of bridges is among the mountain. In that area, those communications very difficult. We don't have 4G and 5G. So it's very difficult to transfer those data in the control center. Okay, so for those bridge, our idea is trying to using drone, the UAV, to collect the data in a frequent, like one time a week and one time a month. And then we will collect those information like a natural frequency to see the foundation is okay. So the basic idea is from here. When we using the UAV to collect the information there, we also can collect the image around the bridge. But after we process those image, the AI image process, the correction rate is like 80%. So we want to improve it, those correction rate. We try to using the infrared thermal image camera combined with a real camera, and then taking the picture and then processing. Okay. So the problem is we take a those literature, like 10 or 20 years, the literature. A lot of people doing using the infrared to measure the concrete crack. Okay, but the problem is those infrared equipment is very heavy. It's like 10 kilogram. Okay, you cannot carry it by the UAV. So our idea is trying to using the lighter, the low standard infrared camera to collect the data. But the problem is those standard camera can be carried by the UAV. But is it okay combined with some real camera to do the image process to detect those concrete problem? Okay, so the basic idea is from here. So this is the software we use. We use a sampling. We develop like a 20 concrete like this. It's 60 centimeter and 70 centimeter big. Okay, this is 20 and a different size. We want to know though standard infrared can do this or not. So we collect like different, like 60 to 70 those sampling to collect those crack, okay? And also doing the measurement. We also do some measurement in the rear bridge, okay? So what we found, and we also developed the equation and the program to calculate the temperature difference. Okay, what we found, because we take those literature review, almost those using the infrared to detect the concrete crack, they using the like active processing and also passive processing. Active processing means that you have to heat the concrete sample, but the passive, you don't need to do that. So we're choosing passive measurement. So during the passive measurement, you have depends on the sun exposure. The sun exposure can be too long, then those concrete sample would be heating and can be measured by the infrared. Okay, this is the idea. So what we measure the 24 hours we followed is around the 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. It's better to get the sampling. Okay, and how about the distance? Distance is about 1 meter. 1 meter distance to the concrete sample is better to get a measurement. Okay, so this is what we found. So let me go to the final what we found. Okay, so the first phases what we do is if we just using the image processing to do those cracking the sampling that we have, the percentage correction is like 88%. But if we combine with the infrared, we can get a 100% correction. Okay, so this is the point we find. So it's better to using the image, also the infrared, combine together, and then put it in the drum, and then to do the measurement. That's the basic idea that we found. Okay. Okay, thank you. That's our conclusion.